Melissa, it really doesn't matter. But when you're up against Yuzong and Lapu Lapu, then it becomes a significant problem when you're get away from me. Her ultimate isn't going to be as useful, especially when you're dealing with the Black Dragon form, especially when you're dealing with the Rage Blade coming in from the Lapu Lapu. Masha, on the other hand, is where it gets a little scary, right? Thunderclap, very powerful tool, but if you time to get away from me right, you can cancel it entirely.
But I think that's exactly what Orange Esports are betting on right now. They have the Paquito that mainly wants to jump into the backline, but because of that Melissa ultimate, very difficult for Subway to do so. So using the Thunderclap and the Feathered Airstrike as a way to bait out Melissa's ultimate and make it difficult for the Grok to defend the backline may be exactly the style that Orange Esports is going for.
Well, let's see here, because Team Hawk, they're playing a very...
Whoa, hell!
Very interesting change here. Now they have a second layer of depth to their composition. With the darkness falling, they're allowed to actually deny the Feathered Airstrike, completely turn off the lights as soon as the artillery is laid down, so the rest of the team can actually start peeling for the Melissa.
That is an excellent choice. This is obviously a Gary comfort pick. We haven't seen it from it in a long time, only picked once the entire season, but that was a victory from the Hellcurt pick. Like you mentioned, blinds out the Feathered Airstrike. Orange Esports are obviously playing a team composition that wants to have control over vision so that they can move around Team Hawk's team fight. But Dark Knight Falls just makes it so that that is impossible.
Yep, Irithel, the final lock-in for Orange Esports. You want to be able to kite it out as much as you can, and hopefully Balance is going to pick up Sprint here. I don't think there's any real reason to actually take Flicker like we've seen on day one. So, I don't know. I think Team Hawk has a really good composition on their sides. It feels like they've almost taken it away from Orange Esports.
Yeah, Team Hawk, really balanced comp. I think it really fits their style as well, but doesn't lean too far into the team fighting that they are known for and could be used as a vulnerability. Orange Esports going for a lineup that wants to control the tempo, control the battlefield, but when darkness blinds them, will they be able to maintain that control over the battlefield? The land of dawn beckons, and the cheers and cries of the audience shall support our players as we enter the gateway into our first upper bracket series of MPL Playoffs Day number 2.
Welcome everybody to the land of Dawn, playoffs day number 2. Kicks things off with Team Hawk on the blue side up against Orange Esports on the red side. And honestly, funny enough, it really feels like the roles have been reversed for both Team Hawk and Orange Esports. Orange Esports playing a composition based around team fighting with a lot of the heroes we usually love to see from Team Hawk during the regular season, and vice versa.
Yeah, there's a lot of respect from both these teams right now, and we can see AIM trying to do a little bit of annoying bullying towards Gary, but this is a Hellcurt. His clear speed going to be pretty solid at level 1. They're even going to force out the Flicker from AIM with Min's presence.
Yep, they're going to stall things out here. And the fact that AIM doesn't have his Flicker, by the time he reaches level 4, he should have it back up online because he has pulled himself together. But it does slow down Hellcurt's clear speed, right? Now we're seeing a 2-buff start coming in from the side of Orange Esports, and a potential punish on AIM once again.
AIM gonna be the first blood, man. Gonna layer down the shadow energy to just completely burst down the roamer on the side of Orange Esports. The Guardian's barrier making it so that Stormy and AIM literally cannot walk away from the minefield that Man is planting down.
Yep, it's just a good follow-up. They got the Flicker out of him. They see him show up in the mid lane once again. They cut him off, made sure that he doesn't have his perfect match, and as soon as he's off that cooldown, they instantly get a kill.
This is unfortunately one of the issues with having the Atlas as a roam, especially when compared with a Grok. He's going to have a lot less early game pressure.
Yeah, it really comes down to that level 4, right? And that's what AIM is looking to get to.
But speaking of getting someone, Neo going to be the target. Maybe not the best choice here. Even in a 1v3, they're going to focus on clearing up the EXP lane as Neo gets the trade onto Gary. Perhaps the most valuable target he could have found.
Oh, they definitely underestimated how strong and unbending will Neo is going to be on this Masha.
Ooh, but Min going to slightly miss the wild charge timing. They do still pick up AIM though. Feathered Airstrike not able to finish off the Grok, but with Subway and Neo coming back in, Neo going to get another revenge kill on his opponent. Balance and Panda going for a 1v1. The ultimate from Melissa already popped down as Muddles will continue to zone out the Irritel, but watch out! Here comes Stormy. Does he have the feathered airstrike? No, he doesn't. But his presence is more than enough to secure Panda.
Yeah, nicely played here. Valens is able to outplay the situation, and Inspired Panda is not going to be enough, especially when he has the movement speed to dip in and out of those fights, making it really tough for Panda to actually commit to getting those auto attacks down. He has to waste time actually trying to close the distance at the same point.
Both teams right now playing very aggressively across the map. Orange Esports especially knows they want to play around this early timing, but the Fatal Link is going to be instantly purified by Man, so the Lilia plays it safe with the black shoes.
That was played really well by AIM, delaying his abilities to make sure that Mon is going to have no resources at the end of the engagement. No black shoes, no purify as well, potentially could be punished in this upcoming fight.
Unfortunately, though, he is going to have about 70 seconds left on that Purify timer, and the next turtle is coming up in 70 seconds as well. So by the time that Orange goes for a big fight again, it will be back up unless they go a bit hyper aggro in the next few seconds.
I would expect Orange to do so. They know Lilia is pretty much out of the fight for the time being, so they are trying to make plays towards the top side of the map. Mid looks to cover, but notice on the bottom side, Neo, he wants to get that first push. He wants to proxy the waves early and then start making his way to start affecting the top side of the map.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Neo knows that he's not going to win the 1v1 lane against a Masha, so better to cut the wave and force Neo to do the same so that this Masha cannot be unlocked from the EXP lane to start roaming elsewhere.
Yeah, but look at this first movement. He's already in the mid lane. He could look to move up or just deny Masha the space.
Oh, but they're looking for the wild charge. They get it on balance, but here comes the rest of Orange Esports. Feathered airstrike gonna secure Gary. He cannot find the kill onto the area tail. Now Lola jumping in. Stormy taking too much damage. That's gonna be a killing spree for the Esmeralda, but Neo doing an excellent job. He finds Man. He finds Min. The double kill on the Team Hawk twins, breaking the 5G connection.
Ooh, a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Orange Esports. Not what you want to see when Team Hawk had the first move. It's sad because Gary instantly died there. Orange Esports making sure that they coordinate their efforts to locate Gary despite the ultimate and looking to punish him straight away.
I'm honestly impressed that Orange Esports were able to find the Hellcurt there. Min even flickered in with the wild charge so that he would be the first one targeted by the tower. Orange Esports, though, still able to maintain that vision despite the Dark Knight falls, but because they lack resources after that fight, Gary continues to rack up the turtle kills.
Yeah, and the only way that Team Hawk was actually walking away from that situation even was if Mon or even Panda was able to actually pick off 2 kills.
But they're still looking for it. Fatal Links onto Lola. Wild Charge going to find 2 underneath the tower, but Panda not quite enough damage yet as Stormy finishes off the Grok. Lola and Panda now, they're going to be able to pick up aim, but Panda pays for it with his life. Stormy adds another kill to his rank.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Stormy at the last second lands the stun onto Panda, and he takes one extra tower shot before dashing away. You hate to see it, but right now, Orange Esports, even though they don't have gold on their side, they are stalling this game out. They will scale at the same time as Team Hawk, and that's exactly what they want to do.
We can look at the items so far. The first item on most of the cores on both sides going to be completed. Not a notable net worth difference either way. But we can see that Team Hawk is all... Oh, hold on. They're looking for the pickoff potentially onto Neo. He's on his last HP bar. He gets blocked off by the Guardian's barrier running away. Dark Knight Falls has been popped. The wall comes back up to block. Team Hawk, they cannot continue the engagement. And now AIM gonna force Min to flicker over the wall to safety.
Such unlucky timing there. There really is no way to describe how unlucky that was. But Panda losing everything here.
Talon's gonna be able to pick up the 1v1. Min, no resources, no flicker, no wild charge. He cannot save his gold laner, and Orange Esports comes out on top.
He had to walk up there. Now the feather airstrike coming down too.
Yup, they're still looking for it. Man gonna be forced to pop the black shoes. I'm not too certain about the cooldown on the wild charge on Min, but they definitely cannot look for this fight. So Orange have control over the turtle pit.
Right now, I think that Orange Esports is going to clean up the lanes. They know for a fact they can win the upcoming team fight because they're lacking resources, right? right now, Panda, he's significantly far behind. Lola is the only person who's actually scaling on tempo with the rest of Orange Esports. So they're going to be focused down on making sure they know where he is.
But the Dark Knight Falls has been popped again. Lola by himself distracting both Valens and Stormy, so AIM dies, not being able to do anything. But Feathered Airstrike finally finds the Esmeralda. Man now jumping in, but forced the Black Shoes back a massive distance to escape from the heavy crossbow damage. Turtle dropping real low. Subway is in the area, but it's Gary who secures it. And now Subway is silenced inside the Turtle pit. No way he's getting out of that one.
Subway tried. He really tried to steal that away from Gary there. I mean, you can tell by the retribution timings, they were exactly on it. Both exact same cooldown timers, just a little bit more damage with the stickers coming in from Gary to ensure that he gets it. But on the top side of the map, because Orange Esports very diligently clearing up these lanes.
Oh, that's gotta be rough. Gary nearly takes out Valens, but the Fatal Links from AIM making sure that his gold laner stays alive. They are feeding everything into the Irritel.
Honestly, Team Hawk, even though they have a 1,000 gold lead against Orange Esports, it's not going to mean too much. They're still basically even.
Yeah, they are even for now, but Orange Esports are definitely getting a lot of scaling on their late game heroes. Wild Charge though, going to find AIM in the bush, and he basically cannot move. Muddles whittles him down to 0. That's going to be a nice pickoff for Team Hawk. They might look for the engage. They know that the enemy tank is not alive, but the tower is, which means they cannot push this matter.
I think as of right now, Team Hawk have to play off of Lola's pressure. He gets first move every single time. I don't think Neo, even though Neo is about the same amount of gold here, Lola should be able to outpush Neo in 9 out of 10 situations, so he will have that first move. He could be the difference maker in these 5v5 fights.
Absolutely, and that's what Team Hawk will want to capitalize on, the pressure that Lola can apply on one side of the map, because Orange Esports does require the number advantage to truly take a fight against Team Hawk. In, he's gonna pop the Wild Charge to stop AIM as Stormy. He doesn't I thought he got out, but he didn't. Man gets the shutdown, but Lola will be traded instead. Here comes Neo. He's looking for Panda, gets the Thunderclap, but he's inside 4 members of Team Hawk. They're not gonna let their goal laner die in vain yet again.
Oh my goodness. Lola ends up dying, but they trade against Stormy. A huge shutdown for the side of Team Hawk. With Stormy gone, this Lord might be contestable, but he's coming back up in 2 seconds, and it looks like, the wave management is more on Orange Esports' side.
Yeah, because Team Hawk had to invest a lot of their resources into that one. Their housekeeping wasn't able to quite keep up. Right now we can see as well, Valens trying to get as much split push on the map as possible. They know that if they can pressure Team Hawk, it'll lighten a lot of the pressure that the Esmeralda can apply on them. But AIM can be forced to flicker yet again.
Yep, they are just burning his battle spell every single time. It's going to be difficult for him to force a play.
Yeah, very difficult. Team Hawk now, complete control over the Lord Pit. Fatal Links onto Lola, sets it up for Subway, but it's AIM who pays the price. Killing spree going to Man, the Lord going over to Gary. Lola gets picked off, but they find Subway as well. That's going to be the Orange Esports jungler taken out of commission. And Team Hawk will have a Lord to push with.
4v3 here, and right now Orange Esports just cutting their losses. Very disciplined team fights. They knew for a fact that they couldn't sacrifice Valens. He needs to keep on scaling, but Man!
Ooh, Man, one-shot, mega kill going over to Neo with a Thunderclap timing. No chance to even use that Black Shoes.
Dang, I didn't expect him to die like that. He got stunned. Instantly a Thunderclap came out. Man just popped, gone, sent out of existence, back into the Shadow Realm. But with this Lord pushing, right, can Team Hawk at least get a 5k gold lead? I don't think they can develop it to that point.
And the thing about Lord pushes is that Team Hawk will want to play around it, gathering up, and that could set up for a Fatal Links, but they're going for the backline instead. Wild Charge! Gonna find Valens as the Falling Star Moon lands on both Valens and Stormy. AIM not finding any chance to engage. Orange will have to sacrifice the tier 2 tower.
Min kind of mispositioned the wall there. He needed to get it in between both Stormy as well as Valens to cut them off in the middle, allowing Valens to be closer to them while keeping AIM on the other side of the wall. Bit difficult to get and achieve, but so far, I don't think there was much of an advantage off of this Lord push. Orange Esports played it as best they could.
But now Man, he might be forced to use the Black Shoes, but he delayed it long enough to get Lola with the 3-man falling Star Moon. So the Esmeralda a little bit out of position. He will be able to buy enough time for the Tier 1 tower to get taken out as aim flickers in, gets the 2-man fatal links, but the rest of Orange Esports too far behind to be able to follow up, and Atlas will pay the price.
Neo got so very close to killing Gary, but unfortunately didn't have enough. Gary was able to kind of kite it out at the end of the day, while Team Hawk was able to pick up a kill for themselves. Now they start invading into the jungle, and now they're really developing their lead here, something that Orange Esports is, again, allowing them to do for the time being. Look at the gold scores right now, 38,000 to 35. They're not too far away from their final components.
Yeah, but Orange Esports definitely recognizes at this point that the team fight is not going to be matching up to that of Team Hawk, especially since they will be doing a lot of damage through Man as well as Panda. Not to mention Lola being a huge distraction in the backline, because it's very difficult for Neo to achieve the same sort of effect due to how far back Orange needs to stand in these team fights.
I think Orange Esports needs to let Team Hawk go for the engagements. They can't really force these plays, but here we go once again.
Yep, Lola distracting Subway, feathered airstrike, not going to find... Actually, he does find Gary, but the wall charge will connect onto aim instantly. Drop down, Neo taking massive damage from Panda, who picks up the double kill. Valence, he could be out of position. Wind of Nature keeps him alive for now, but not for long, as the triple kill goes to the hands of Panda.
Oh, you hate to see it. Orange Esports, they missed the engage. They didn't layer their ultimates correctly, and unfortunately, getting punished very, very heavily there. This is why Melissa is so good.
Team Hawk, very strong rundown comp right now. Most of the cores have achieved their power spike, and Orange Esports, we can see how both Valence and Stormy need to keep their distance, but it's so difficult to do so.
This is some Wing Chun action coming out from Team Hawk. They block the engage and immediately look to punish.
Lola gets 2-man falling Star Moon. He is by himself, but all he's doing is distracting, so Panda gets the Lord. Fatal links on the Esmeralda, but he is still alive! Somehow dancing his way to escape the clutches of Orange Esports.
Oh my goodness. Well played by Lola. Zones them out, manages to live. Team Hawk lose nothing off of that, finally developing that 5k lead we've all been waiting for. Orange Esports has 3k more until they get that 4th item, and that's when they're going to start popping off. For the time being, Team Hawk have a very small window to get there. If we're looking currently at Valence, he's at 3 items. He's looking for that Haasclaw as a 4th, maybe a Demon Hunter sword, arguably. If we're looking at Stormy, he's also at 3 items, and ideally, he gets a glaive.
But it's going to be difficult for Orange to do so. Team Hawk are enabled right now. They are online and they want to push to end this game ASAP. Neo, he's looking for Panda, but he's being held back by both Min as well as Gary. Godlike going over to Panda. And now Orange Esports are lacking their EXP laner. No Masha to defend the backline. Fatal Link's going to find 2. That could be a good setup, but no follow-up. Panda does get shut down by Valence. They're going for it. Subway pushing in. Getting one more, the double kill onto Man. As now Abe, he's keeping Gary in his sights. He will die though. Orange Esports not quick enough to follow up. They may settle for Min instead, and they do pop the immortality. Valent still on top of the Grog, pops the heavy crossbow yet again. Wild charge keeps him locked down, but not long enough, as Min will pay the price.
Get a taste of your own medicine, my friend. Min trying to taunt Valence to his face. The commitment coming in from Orange Esports, knowing that they managed to achieve their win condition in that team fight, will punish Team Hawk heavily for it. Now, with 3 members already down, they look to push back the gold lead from Team Hawk. At this stage of the game, the gold lead does not even matter.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's all up to execution right now. And Team Hawk, unfortunately, underestimated their opponents a little bit. Orange Esports has a really strong high ground defense with this Atlas and Farsa. And once they caught out Panda, they knew it was go time.
Yep. Stormy currently at 87,000 on the damage dealt ranking so far. Second will come down to Panda. So, again, as I mentioned before, this is a lot of weak chunk happening. You gotta block the initial engage and then stop the big ultimates. The Feathered Airstrike coming in from Orange Esports, and that way Team Hawk have a very clear opening to get in on Orange.
Basically, right now, both teams... Oh, hold on, Dark Knight falls. Looks like Gary looking for Stormy. Feathered Airstrike popped down. He will die. but he'll trade his life for Gary. Fatal Links finds two in the backline. Here comes Balance, pelting them, peppering Team Hack with armor break, with damage constantly littering the field. Man will fall after all of that, leaving Min and Lola the only survivor.
Oh, Panda couldn't even get his ult off in time. He died before the entire situation completed, and now Orange Esports looking for this final push.
They know they can end. They are 4v2. It'll take another 15 seconds before Gary is able to respawn, but Team Hack has the wave clear that is necessary to prevent them from going to the crystal. So all they're doing now is distracting them so that Subway and Balance can get that Luminous Lord.
Yeah, but now that, I mean, the crystal currently is exposed. They're forcing Team Hawk to come out of their base. They might be able to get 2 more picks here, and that's what AIM wants.
Fatal Links onto Min.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh man! Get the Lord Steal somehow or another! A massive mistake by Orange Esports. They get the Grok, but he got the Lord.
Where was the communication from Orange? Where did it go? Grok gets a free steal. They were committed to killing the Grok. What happened?
That was a huge mistake. Orange Esports could have ended the game off of that, and now they're going to have to defend against this. Team Hack, the rest of their members have already respawned. They are lacking Min, but this Lord has bought them the time necessary to make it so that Orange Esports could not end the game in a single fell swoop.
Oh my goodness, a single miscommunication has bought Team Hawk another 3 minutes into this game. And now that the scaling is basically complete from both sides, as you mentioned before, it's about that execution. And right now, Team Hawk have to be extremely careful with how they manage the situation, because it comes down to whether or not they can abuse the fact that Orange Esports are currently missing 2 inhibitor turrets compared to Team Hawk's middle inhibitor being missing. So it's a 2-for-1. They can play the side lanes if they want to. They can push advantages that way and force Orange Esports to split up.
Right now, looking at the state of the map, it is very even. We can see that both crystals are exposed. There is no net worth difference to speak of, and both teams do have solid high ground defenses. For Orange, having the Farsa and Atlas. For Team Hack, having the Melissa. So these are going to be major priority heroes for either side if they want to push in and potentially end the game.
I mean, as of right now, Lola is really strong by himself. He can solo push, and Neo can't really stop him. And the fact is, he clears way faster than Neo as well. So Neo, he's hovering around the mid lane, while you can see Lola playing towards that bottom side. They're ready to push out as soon as there is an objective to contest. So until we see about 30 seconds on this lore timer, we're not going to see Lola show his face.
Absolutely not. And he's going to be managing that bottom lane wave specifically to make it so that Orange Esports doesn't send people over to respond to it too early.
So smart. He's just delaying it ever so slightly. He's not completely clearing it, he's just touching it, forcing them to slowly come to him. And once he sees more movement, alright, now I clear the wave, move back into the jungle, allow Team Hawk to take a better position on top side.
Right now, Team Hack evidently have control over the map, and with the Lord coming up in another 30 seconds, this is going to be quite dire for Orange Esports. What are the steps that they need to take to overcome the map control their opponents currently hold?
Right now, in this 20 seconds before Lord spawns, they need to clear out bottom side, get some control over mid, and that's why a majority of their forces are hovering around that side of the area. They want to be close enough to the Lord to threaten the team fight, but not fully commit to it.
Lola, he is going to constantly be by himself, but Orange Esports, oh, hold on, Lola gets the 3-man falling Star Moon. He's going to be CC'd by Subway, but that opens up the map. Team Hawk going to force the Fatal Links out from AIM as he is caught out by himself. Valent going to be silenced. He has to return to his base. AIM just going to try and pull them as far away as possible, and he escapes with Neo popping Gary's immortality with the Thunderclap. Somehow, AIM still alive on the opposite side of the map as Orange Esports prolongs this fight, but Lola gets another massive falling Star Moon. Gary, unfortunately, going to be able to finally find AIM. I actually thought he might be able to recall back, but with that victory, Team Hack, they should be able to get this Lord.
Wow, I didn't expect Team Hawk to actually get away with that. A really good call by Lola, specifically jumping into the middle of 4th, threatening Orange Esports and forcing out the wings by wings from Stormy.
But now Subway, he's been caught right wild charge. They get the mega kill on Panda. Where did that happen? Balance securing the enemy gold lane. Man, forced to use the black shoes as Subway dismantles the backline, finding the kill onto Min. Though now he's in the clutches of Gary. Immortality popped down and he will be brought knocked down as well. Shut down by Gary onto the enemy jungle.
What a game this is. 20 to 25 kills. Both teams not giving each other an inch. When you think Subway's completely out of the fight, he makes a play to get Panda with the help of his teammate Stormy to ensure that this kill will go through. Team Hawk, and especially for Panda, he needs to respect that space. He cannot be holding up his ultimate until the very last second. He might even have to preemptively put it down now.
Yeah, right now we can see that both these teams are very evenly matched in terms of mechanics and map awareness. So name of the game right now comes down to disruption and control. Which team is able to mess with the tempo of the opposite side when they're taking these big battles and split up their ranks so that the squishier heroes are exposed.
Yep, Lola, he needs to abuse that. He's pretty much unkillable at this point. Neo doesn't stand a chance. Lola is literally trading against him while pushing the waves at the same time.
Yeah, that's gonna be a difficult one, but the thing about Neo is that he can at least hold his ground. He can make sure that Lola doesn't get the free push while providing vision for his team in a way that doesn't expose him to vulnerable to the rest of Team Hawk.
Yeah, Lola, he needs to shove out these waves right now. He needs to put a threat because Team Hawk are sitting on top of the Luminous Lord. Orange Esports, they recognize this, and AIM is looking for a particular angle to go through. Here comes the perfect match. No, he's just hovering. He's just taking the space slowly. He wants to make sure that Panda does not feel safe.
Yeah, AIM definitely knows that he cannot afford to get caught out right now, but Lola, he finds balance on the opposite side, gonna force out the feathered airstrike. That's a lot of damage. Lola does still escape, but that's gonna be massive cooldowns wasted. The heavy crossbow and feathered airstrike no longer available for Orange Esports.
More importantly, Valens actually popped his sprint to ensure that he has the damage to survive and potentially chase down Lola. Lola did lose his own sprint, but it's not as valuable as Valens, who has a much bigger role to play.
This is tense, honestly, right now. Both these teams have the chance of taking this. And yes, this is only the first game of our series today. But you can imagine that after 24 minutes, the momentum from this first victory is going to be crucial in securing yet another one. Valens, he wants the combo with Neo right now. He's going on top of Lola, but Panda is nearby as well, and I don't think they're aware. Panda gonna pop down his ultimate, pop down Muddles as Stormy comes in to support Neo, making sure he gets out. Winter Trunky and forced out from the Esmeralda, but Subway mistimes his... Oh! The Dream-Man Fatal Link! Gonna find Subway, gonna find Lola, and now the rest of Team Hawk are scrambling to escape the clutches of Orange Esports.
The layers coming out from these two teams, they are so similar. They're making the exact same moves, but this time, Orange Esports thought one step ahead. AIM cutting off rotation routes, catching not only Gary, but Lola in the mix.
We have to note, these are two teams that know each other incredibly well. They're aware of each other's habits, each other's play styles, and you can see how tight the competition is. Orange Esports now zones Team Hawk off of the Lord. They need this to end the game.
Yep, finally, they should be able to get the Lord here. No crazy steals coming out of mid. They've learned their lesson. They're going to cleanly take this away and now tactically start taking out these turrets, inhibitors, or they can look for a full-on team fight, but even then, it's still very risky.
Now, the challenge Orange Esports has is that both Panda and Mon have incredible base defense. Just pop down the Shadow Energy, pop down Muddles. It's very difficult for Orange Esports to push in. What do they need to do to ensure this is the final Lord?
Well, let's have a look. AIM, if he can buy it, if they can just stall this out for another 20 more seconds, he's going to have Flicker and he can make something happen here. But the same can go for mid. He's looking for the gold laners. That's the main objective. So they're going to slow push this and synchronize these waves and make something happen right here.
But Orange Esports, they're just going to force it. Neo is now tanking a lot of damage in front. AIM has to leave before he pops his immortality. Lord going to be dropped down to 60%. Valens looking for Min with the heavy crossbow as Subway. He's going to miss.
There it is!
But the Fatal Links will be